So please subscribe, like, and share this video. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my channel, Professor in Suit. We were doing grade 12 general EOT. So we almost finished question 12 over here. Let's go ahead and finish the remaining part. Okay. So before you go ahead, always remember how do you do this one. Okay, so it's very easy. So the topics which you are using, it's very easy. Okay, so let's go ahead straight away. Question number 13. Again, it's a simplified question. Now, how do you do such kind of simplified question? Okay, so first of all, what you need to do is like check both the denominator. Both the denominators always has to be same. Now, what is here? 8p square r, and what the other one you have? 4p square r. You see? So that's 8p square r, another one is 4p square r. Now, how can we make both of them same? One is 8, one is 4. Can I always look at the smaller one? What's the smaller one? 4. Can I make this 4 same as 8? Always think of times. What should I do? Darb. What should I do? Darb 2. So I'll do darb 2 here. But when you do down, you have to do up as well. Okay. So what you will have? You have 3. Once again, let me make it a little bit up. So 3, 8 p square r plus 5 times 2 you will get 10 over 4 times 8 8 p square r. Now you can see both the denominators are same, so we can club them together. So you'll have 8 p square r and up will be 3 plus 10. How much that will be? 13. So 13 8 p square r. So that's the answer. 13 8 p square r. Check the option properly. 13 8 p square r. So most of the students make a mistake. They are in hurry. They check the answer 8 p square r, 13 13 13. There is a 13 answer. They see D option correct. Is it correct? No. You see, you have r square, which is not over here. So that's a small mistake which most of the students do. I don't want my students to do that mistake. Okay, so be careful. After you get the answer, select the exact answer. Okay. Next one. If the terminal side of angle theta is intersects the unit circle, this find cos theta. Now everybody know, every point on a unit circle, if I take a unit circle point, it's always given by cosine theta and sine theta. Okay, so cos will come x and then the y. Okay, so that's your point. Okay, so when you compare it with this, what you get? What is the cosine? This, and what is the sine? This. That's it, easy peasy. And as it's a unit circle, so radius is 1, so we don't need to care about the a. So this is equal to this. So cosine theta is what? Minus 12, and sine theta is 5. That's the answer. Understood? Easy. So your cosine theta is minus 12 over 13, and sine theta is 5 over 13. Straight away. Let's go to the positive coterminal. Now, how we find the coterminal of any angle? Like, remember we did in the part 1, we go it in this way. If we go downwards, if we go clockwise, it's negative. But we need positive, so we'll go anti-clockwise. So you see, if we take a circle like this, and you have like this, you have 0, you have 90. I don't care. Yes, we need 180, 270, and 360. Okay, now let's take minus 50. Now, as it's a minus, so it will go down. So from 0, it will go here. So it will be minus 50. Now, as it's minus and we need the positive one, the positive one has to go opposite. So it has to go up. Okay, it has to go anti-clockwise. So how much will be the remaining one? Easy. Do 360 minus this 50. How much it will be? 310 degree. So the positive will be 310 degree. Understood? That's how you do it. Let's go to the next one. Simplify. Again, we have simplify. Now, this is the most easiest simplification. Now, look, I'll give you a very quick trick way. When you have times, add the power. When you have divide, minus the power. Okay. Now, look here. Let's club them all together. It's much more better if we club them. First thing, what you will do, 14 times 7. So, what's 14 times 7? 7 4 the 28, 2, 7, 98. And 21 times 12. What's 21 times 12? So, it's a big number, 210. plus 42, that should be 252. Okay, let me just verify it. So 21 times 12, 252, correct. So first times the number 252, and then when it comes with the letter, add the power. Add the power. Now look, I'll tell you how to add the powers. Let's start one by one. So that's an x. Is there x here? Yes. So x1, x1. It will become what? X power 2. Next is what? Y2, y1. No power means 1. So 2 plus 1, it will become 3. So y3. Next is one z3, z1. So z4. Same here. W4, W2. It will become W6. X2. Is there any X? No. So it will be same as it is X2. And here also there is Y, which is not there anywhere. So it will be same as it is. Now Z and Z. So no power means 1, 1. So 1 plus 1, that's 2. Now when you do times, what do you get? When you do times, your power gets added, right? So when you divide, what will happen? So when you divide, what will happen? The power will get minus. So what powers can you do minus? The similar terms, like you have x2 and x2. So it's 2 minus 2 becomes 0, so that gets cancelled out. Straight away cancel, we don't need it. And what about the other one? Y3, Y3. Also same gets cancelled out. But Z4 and Z2, the power gets minus. So 4 minus 2, that is 2. And W6 will remain down. What is 98 over 252? When you put it in the calculator, put it in the fraction 98. So put it in your calculator. So 98 divided by 252, what you will get? 7 over 18. Put in your calculator, the handheld calculator will get it. So you'll get 7 over 18. So 7 over 18 z square w6. So that's your answer. So where is 7 over 18? Z square w6. Oh, I forgot the w up. There is one more w up which we forgot. Okay, so that w and this w6, what will happen? Will get minus. So it won't be w6 anymore, it will be w5. Okay, so this w was there which we missed out, so it will be w5. Okay, so which option? Option C. That's how we do it. Don't miss out any letters. Okay, make sure you color every letter. Next, find the horizontal asymptote. Now, everybody knows how to find the horizontal asymptote of a function. So, when you have a function like, remember I told you in the first class, let's go up. What was the rule I gave you? Remember horizontal asymptote? HA. When the numerator is less than, numerator equal, numerator more than. The numerator's power, if it's less than, then the horizontal asymptote is y0. Let's take the numerator power here. So what's the numerator power here? X. No power means what? 1. So here 1, here 3. So numerator is less than denominator. So if numerator is less than denominator, what's the horizontal asymptote? Y equal 0. Okay, straight away. Next, what is a parent reciprocal function? So reciprocal means down and the parent function is only x. So which is down and x? This one, easy. Okay. This is the parent only function. Okay, so reciprocal means down, so that's the correct answer. Which statement is true about the x-intercept? So which statement is true about x-intercept? Oh, sorry. Okay, about x-intercept of the parent function. What do you mean x-intercept? Means where does it touch the x? Where does it touch the x? Now 1 over x is a reciprocal function. Sorry, my bad. So any value where it touches the x means what? At that value it should be 0. The y should be 0. Okay. Now I'll give you a hint. If it touches the x-intercept, what is the x-intercept? Means a graph where it cuts the x. This is your x, and this is the graph where it cuts the x. So this is called the x-intercept. Okay. So any graph to have an x-intercept means the graph should cut. It should cut the x-axis, and at this point the y should be zero. It's determined y zero. So if I put a zero here, fx means y. So you have fx equal 1 over x. So your fx should be 0. So 0 equal. So if I replace it over here, so what you will get? X is what? 1 over 0. What is 1 over 0? Infinite. So will you have any value as x as infinite? Is it possible? Not possible. So this graph will never have any x-intercept. Okay, so this is the one way. Second way to know this, if you don't want to go through all this mess, there is one more easy way. The reciprocal function graph is this. Okay, so it goes like this. You see? Okay, let me draw it here in a blank space. So reciprocal graph goes in this way. You see, like this. So can you see? Does it cut the x anywhere? Neither does it cut the y. So it doesn't cut the x, neither it cuts the y. Okay, so does it have any x-intercept? None. So it doesn't have any. Which statement is true about x-intercept? So it has none is true because it neither has one intercept, neither has two intercept, neither has infinitely many intercept. Okay, which value is not in the range of the parent function? Now, what is parent reciprocal function? This is the function. Okay. Now, as I told you, range means what? Always remember, range means what? Y. Now, tell me, look in this graph and look here. Look in this graph and tell me, does this graph touch the Y anywhere? No. So, which value is not possible? Zero. Because that's the value of zero, right? So, which value is not in the range? The zero. I'll explain it again. As the graph, this is your x and this is your y. Now look at the graph. For the reciprocal function, that is this function, how is the graph? The graph goes like this and like this. So it comes closer to y but never touches y. It comes closer to x but never touches x. Same on this side also. Okay. So you see, what is this point? This is a 0. So it never touches y at 0 and neither it touches x at 0. So in domain and in range, domain means your x and range is your y. In both of the values, 0 will never be included. Okay, 0 will never be included. Okay, so I put two lines and a slash means not equal. So in the range and in the domain, both of the area, the 0 will not be included. So what's the answer which is not included? 0. Okay, let's go to the next one. What is the amplitude of the parent sine function? Know what is the amplitude? You know the function for any trigonometry to get an amplitude, it's a number before the trigonometry. So what's the number before the trigonometry here? No number means what? 1. So what's the amplitude? 1. Okay, easy. Identify the quadrants in which this graph lies. Again, you know the graph of this one. Where does it lie? I'll draw it again for you guys so that every question has a solution in their part. So this is your first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant. These are the Roman letters. Okay. So where will the graph lies for this? It lies here. Okay, so it lies here. So which quadrant? 1 and 3. Don't be in hurry. Check. This is 1. This is 3. Okay. Always, most of the questions students do wrong because of hurrying. Don't hurry. Okay. As we always say, hurry makes a bad curry. Okay. So I don't want you to have that. Again, what is horizontal asymptote of parent function? Again, I told you for a parent function of 1 over x. This is the function. So this is the horizontal asymptote and this is the vertical asymptote. So what's the horizontal asymptote? You're 0. Okay, so what is, okay, that's your horizontal asymptote and that's your vertical. So horizontal asymptote means your x. Okay, so x, so at, that is the x-axis. So at x-axis, y is 0. What is y is 0. Okay, so your HA, y is 0. Or if you also want to know by horizontal asymptote rule, remember this is your numerator and this is your denominator. Numerator's power, nothing, there is no x. So numerator power is 0. But denominator power, there is x. So it's 1. So numerator is less than denominator. Whenever numerator is less than denominator, what's the horizontal asymptote? Y equal 0. Okay, so this is the another way. One is by the graph, but preferably that was my way. I don't want you to go in that way. For horizontal asymptote, remember this way. What's the rule? Long back, up, 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 up. What was the rule? We did it. Remember this rule back again. It's easy to remember. When numerator is less than denominator, 0, equal, a over b, more, no. Okay, so less than means y equal 0. So let's see. So here it is less than, why less than? Because up there is 1 means no power means 0, and down there is x means 1 power. So 0 is less than 1, numerator less than denominator. What is horizontal asymptote? 0. Okay. Simplify the product of rational expression. This again it's very simple. I want you to focus, okay, while simplifying. Whenever you simplify, always remember, try to product, the power gets added, over the product, the power gets minus. And if you have numbers, two times and then divide. Okay, so first start with numbers, it's very easy. Start with numbers. So what are the numbers? 3 times 12, what you will get? 36. 8 times 9, 72. And what about x? X square. When you do times, the power gets added 3. Y alone, y and y3. It will get y4 and x alone. Now you have over. Whenever you have over, the power gets minus. So you have x4, x1. What you will get? x2. So what you will have? x2. And what about y? There is 4 down and there is 1 up. So 4 minus 1. Now you're doing down, you're minusing the 1, right? So put the letter down. So 4 minus 1 is what? 3. So put the letter down. Now what is 36 over 72? Put in your calculator. 36, I think, times. Now put in the calculator how much you get. 36 over 72. 36 over 72. What do you get it? 1 over 2. Okay, so that's 2. 1 over 2. So that's your answer. So which is the answer? X squared 2y cube. Be mindful when you select the answer. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Again, simplify the complex rational function. Okay. So whenever you have over, I'll prefer split it up. Take this one, 3x over x minus y, and this one separate. Okay. So put like this, divide and write 6xy x square minus y square. Now again divide, I don't like, put times and flip this thing. Okay, so what you will have? 3x x minus y times 6xy will come down and x square minus y square come out. Now what is this x square minus y square? Remember a Kanun we did it, a square minus b square, a minus b, a plus b. Okay, so in the same way this one also will do it. So 3x times x minus y, x plus y, over what you have? X minus y and 6xy. Now time to cancel everything. Not everything, the terms which gets cancelled. Okay, so like x and x will get cancelled. X minus y gets cancelled. So what is remaining up? 3 and x plus y. And what is remaining down? Only 6 and y. And 3 again, if you divide by 6, you will get 2 down, right? Put in the calculator 3 over 6, you will get 1 over 2. So put the 2 down and you have x plus y up. Okay. So which option? X plus y and 2y. Okay. So in this way, I want you guys to remember how you simplify. Let's go to the next question. Again, the terminal side of angle theta intersects the unit circle at this. You know these coordinates. What's the coordinate for P? It's cosine theta and sine theta. So cosine theta is your x and sine theta is your y. So what's your cosine theta? Minus 4 over 5. And what's your sine theta? Minus 3 over 5. So which option? Be careful, okay? Cos theta, cosine theta minus 4 over 5, sine theta minus 3 over 5. That's it. Option B. Angle 475 in standard position has its terminal side. Where will 475? Okay, let's draw. Okay, let's do 475. So this is your 0, 90, 180, 270, 360 plus 90. If I do this will come 450, and plus 90 if I do it will be 540. So 475 will be somewhat here, you see, in between this. So which quadrant is this? Second quadrant, quadrant 2. Understood? So it's kind of easy questions which we are doing here. Again, determine the coordinate x of a whole point of discontinuity. Now, where you will get that point of discontinuity? Wherever the function breaks. Okay, so wherever the function breaks. But this is called point of discontinuity, a hole. We want a hole. Okay, so what is this hole? So hole is something which is a removable. Okay, it's a removable discontinuity. Now, what is a removable discontinuity? Which you can remove. Now, look, means the fraction which can be cancelled. Okay, so x square minus 4, I can write it as x square minus 2 square and x plus 2. So x square minus 2 square, I can write it as x minus 2, x plus 2, and down you have x plus 2. So you see, which fraction can you cancel? X plus 2. So that's your whole. So that's x equal opposite of plus 2. That's minus 2. Okay, so always remember. So one which gets cancelled, that's your whole. Okay, so that's called removable discontinuity. Okay, so determine the x of the whole. That's your, so x equal minus 2. That's your answer. Now that's how you do it. Rest question we'll do it in the next part. Thank you very much. Or let's question 30. I think it's an easy one. Let's just finish it up. I think uh, this simplify. I think you guys. I want you guys to do it. Just pause the video. The, the divide, change it to times. It will get flip up. Okay, and then try to add the powers first. Times the numbers. Times the numbers. Adds the power. Add the power, and then divide the numbers and then subtract the power. Okay, pause the video, do this question. Next, what is the vertical asymptote of the parent function? Again, vertical asymptote, I've told you, the one with the y-axis, that is x equals 0. So that's your vertical asymptote. Okay, so that's the answer. Thank you very much everyone for watching. Hope you love my class. Thank you. All the best. I want everyone to get A plus. Thank you.